Sister Starlight, set out your stall in the sunlight. Smile at you all, hypnotize the little one. Paralyze the bigger one. Dealing with the demon. Always at the table, healing with the angel. As long as she is able, hypnotize the little one. Paralyze the bigger one. All for that better day. Hope and faith have gone still for that better day. All for everyone, hypnotize the little one. Paralyze the bigger one. Sweet Sister Starlight, drink your sacred wine in the moonlight until the end of time. Hypnotize the little one. Paralyze the bigger one. Neutralize the little one. Pay off the bigger one.
All right, song number one right there it is. Let's go over to Ian Husbands, find out what he thinks about it. Ian, what do you think about song number one?
It certainly was very creative, and the mix I thought was very well done. I had my reservations on the mix and the vocal. I found the vocal a bit too sharp on the top end, not very rounded, and maybe a bit too prominent. We talk about this a lot on MSI about where the vocals are sitting. I felt these were a little too up front this time round, rather than being lacking in the mix. Loved the retro sound on the guitars. That was really nice, and the bass sound was good. The drums sat nicely, but I did find the whole song a little repetitive, and I'm not sure if I like the guy's voice. It kind of suits what he's doing, but I think it was lacking in performance a little bit. I think he needs to work on his vocals and get them sitting tighter in the mix, and just with a little bit more passion in some area. They were too laid back. They were too chilled out. and they didn't really compel me to listen too much. Overall, it is a good track. I did find the mix a little bit empty. There was no dynamic build in it. I mean, I could hear things coming in towards the end, strings or organs or something like that. So another organic sound to sort of suit the rest of the mix. So, yeah, it just the vocal didn't quite work for me, and I found the mix a little empty. But everything that was there, the guitar parts, the bass, the drums were all mixed very well together. They were all performed fantastically. Just that vocal needs to be more compelling.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Ian. Thank you so much. Tom Chianti, you're up next. What do you think of song number 1?
It was an interesting start. The first thing I noticed was the live sound in the drum. It was a little too live sounding for my taste. Overall, as Ian said, it was well done. You know, I'm always one for a louder vocal, but the vocal still has to say something and needs to get more intimate in this type of song. Go from, I mean, if the song's not going to have dynamics, then you need a lead vocal that is very dynamic, that goes from whispers to screams, to really emphasize the lyrics. And I did not find that in this. I would have added more percussion to make it a little bit more eerie. I liked the space, the emptiness. It gave everything a space and gave it a little chill feel, you know, a little eeriness going on. But use that, you know, like an occasional triangle here and there, a tambourine shake or a steady tambourine, you know, little bright lights in the dark mixing atmosphere would really have overall brightened up the track, even though the track was clear. But it would have put like a little icing on the cake. The mix is purely a taste thing, or an experience thing, depending upon whether you like it or hate it. You know, I think it needs, you know, a little bit more work on the levels, but the drums were a nice size. Again, just a little bit too loud live. And they should have used the space that they had a little bit more intricate, and the vocal needs to be a lot more dynamic.
All right. I appreciate it, Tom. Thank you so much. Now let's go over to Mark. Mark, your thoughts?
Well, you know, it's when I spoke to Carol yesterday, I was saying, boy, I hope they don't play anything that we have on rotation, because I hate, you know, criticizing anything that has, you know, of music that are on a rotation, and this one is on our rotation. But I do like this song. I do agree that the vocals, I think it was Ian that said that they're too upfront, and need to be toned down a little bit, I believe. I agree the song needs more of a build up, maybe towards the end, or maybe in the middle and then come back down again. It's a bit repetitive. It could have used maybe like, you know, a guitar solo in the middle or something like that. But overall, though, I do like the song. Otherwise, I would not have put it on rotation. I think it's well done. The guy's voice, maybe if it had been mixed in a little bit better, may sound better. But that's about it, really. I like the song.
All right. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Let's find out who did this song, who submitted it over to MSI. Song number 1 this week was called Sweet Sister Starlight by the Conniptions. By Conniptions. It's Sweet Sister Starlight. Thanks for sending that in. We appreciate that. Now, we have an important task at hand, gentlemen. As always, every week we have to select a song of the week. I leave it to you to discuss, of the 3 songs you heard today, what
I'm
will
going
you
to go
decide?
straight for it this week.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go straight for it.
Wait a second. Let me clear the wounded area.
I'm just going to go for number 1.
Number 1 with no explanation at all.
No, number one. I think, we've listened to 3 tracks this week. The second one was obviously a rough, sloppy recording. Third one was well done, but didn't grab me at all. The first one is the nearest to what I think is a song should be. Yeah, it needs work, but the performances on it generally were fantastic. The mix was strong. And, yeah, let's go with that.
All right. Now, why are we looking at Tom's T-shirt?
Could be Tommy's ready for a fight.
I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe
Come on,
that's
then.
it. All right. Go ahead, Mark. What do you think?
Wow.
Remember, Tommy's ready for a fight.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to stay out of the middle here. Just call me Switzerland. I'm gonna go based on I'm trying to decide whether I should go based on what I would add on rotation or based on what I would personally sit and listen to, and I'm gonna go with what I would like to sit and listen to, and I'm gonna go with number 3. I am very into the ambient music. Whenever I need to zone out, whenever I need to, just get rid of everything around me, I like to sit and listen to ambient, and I really enjoyed number 3. So I'm going with number 3.
All right. Now, Tom, you've heard both Ian and Mark. What do you think? What's your decision this week?
The power of it all.
I know where Tom's going.
Oh,
He's going for number 2. He likes that sort of stuff.
No. Number 2 is, I had my wine and cheese days, and there's no wine and plenty of cheese. So number 2 is out. Number 3, on the other hand, was lackluster and needed more. Yeah, it was great to listen to and chill out on. But chilling out on is for the 60s. We're in the 21st century now. Thank you, Mark. We'll put you back in the stasis chamber and play this song forever.
Thank you very much.
I'm just kidding you.
It's all right.
I'm going to do the rare thing.
I think September 13th just became open, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's going to be Alana only.
All right.
I'm going to go with Ian with number 1 because actually I like the level of the vocal. The vocal was fine. If he had been more dynamic, then it would have had to have come down. But number 1 overall was the least of the infected. And I told you I'm in rare form today.
Evidently.
The big head is agitated.
All right.
I got 2 phone calls in the middle of the show. What's going on here?
I don't know.
You giving out my number again, Rich?
I did that earlier this week, I admit, but
It's subliminal with the song.
Had nothing to do with it today. There you have it, everyone. Song number 1, Sweet Sister Starlight by Conniptions, is this week's Song of the Week on MSI. Now, Mark, we appreciate you being here with us. We know that you guys are going to be busier than ever over at Butterflies Radio with Twitter Tuesday Live, with new music in the library and everything else that's going on over there. So we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And thanks for being with us. And we want to thank everybody, of course, for being with us here on MSI. If you have a song you want on MSI that you want to have reviewed by our industry experts, send it in, msi.icweekly.net. Right now,
Tom,
let's play...
Tom.
Yes.
I'll speak to you this week, Rich. I want to speak to Tom.
Okay.
Okay,
So
Rich.
you say I'll do it to you
stand
every
up.
week, but I'm doing it to Tom. Tom, who's our guest next week, man?
Who's our guest next week? Steve Ronson.
Tell us a bit about him.
Steve Ronson, studio owner, guitarist, musician extraordinaire. He's worked with Eddie Money. He's currently working with Eddie Money, who's preparing a Broadway show. We'll see how that goes. He has worked with Joan Jett, No. Has he worked for Joan Jett? No, he's worked for T.C. Cross, a Long Island favorite.
I get those two confused as well.
Yeah.
Me too, all the time.
And he's been around for many a year. He is an amazing guitarist, and he is a thrill to talk with. He's a studio owner. He owns a rehearsal studio. He's a business magnate. Matter of fact, I can't get my head too close to him because it just goes right to the magnet.
All right. Well, Tom, thanks for letting us know about Steve. And he is correct. Steve will be our guest panelist next week on MSI. We hope you join us then.